Late last week, Donald Trump appeared on something called Victory Channel, which is yet another one of those right-wing networks that seems to pop up every other week at this point, where he actually attacked the media for not lying to the public about the Arizona ballot audit report. Because Trump is one of the people out there who actually believes that the real results of the audit showed that he blew Biden out of the water. So here's what Trump had to say. The media is corrupt, Pastor. You know it as well as I do. And many people know it, and probably the ones that know it best are the media itself. They are corrupt, they don't tell the truth, and they are in fact the enemy of the people, and it's a terrible thing. We had a tremendous audit. It was done by the Senate, the Arizona Senate, and they're brave people, and the findings were unbelievable. So the media doesn't want to call it. I think they called it findings, said they had findings, and the findings were just brutal, and yet the media doesn't want to report the findings. It's really a very sad thing for our country. Here's the thing, bud. Media did report the findings. I mean, every media outlet, reputable ones, including Fox News, which isn't reputable, but even they reported that you lost by an even bigger margin. Literally everyone reported on this. The media was not silent. They weren't just like, oh no, the audit's bad, put it away. Everybody talked about it, and everybody laughed at you too. Let's not forget that part. So not only did we all talk about the results and how it was a complete waste of time and money and proved that the whole thing was a farce from the start, but then we laughed at you for losing more votes. That's what happened. And you're sitting here, you mentioned the guy was a pastor, you're literally lying to a pastor. I mean, look, I'm willing to bet this isn't the kind of pastor that actually goes by the Bible. But, dude, of all the people on the planet to not lie to, people in religious positions kind of seem like, that's kind of a special thing. You don't really lie to them. But there you are. And again, calling the media the enemy of the people. And that, of course, is what gives birth to all of these little idiotic right-wing channels that keep popping up, like Victory Channel and One America News, and hell, even Newsmax at this point. They pop up because Donald Trump and his little acolytes go out there. They sow distrust with the regular media, which honestly, media has so many problems, I can't even list them in a single video. MSNBC, CNN, Fox, I don't watch any of that crap. Even reading stuff in the Washington Post or New York Times, you got to take it with a grain of salt. But to call them the enemy of the people? Absolutely not. That is dangerous to even go that far. And we've seen it. We have seen right-wingers, Trump supporters, literally try to attack the media, literally set out to kill them. We've seen that, and that luckily they've been arrested before they were able to carry out their disgusting and disturbing plans. But you can't go out there and say that we're not talking about this report. My God, in the last 10 days, I have talked about this report more than I ever wanted to talk about the report, especially because all we really should have had to have done was talk about the final results and then move on with it and never have to talk about it again. But apparently we do, because people like Trump won't stop lying, because his supporters won't stop lying about what was found in the report. And by the way, for the record, buddy, the audit wasn't done by the Senate Republicans. The audit was done by cyber ninjas. So if you're going to lie, at least get some of your facts straight within your lie so people could believe maybe part of it. Not that I'm trying to give you tips on how to lie, but you know how it is. It didn't matter what that audit showed. Donald Trump was going to claim victory. Just like with the 2020 election as a whole. Didn't matter that he lost, he was always going to claim victory. He will never acknowledge publicly that he lost that election. He will never publicly acknowledge that he lost the Arizona ballot audit, which means he lost the state at least 3 different times. He will never admit it because he is incapable of accepting the truth that most people in this country simply despise him.